Howdy y'all, I hope you're having a great day. Silvertrade here again with another video. I believe this guy on Reddit figured out why banks now are buying in more than they ever have before. It's a 4-year cycle, and apparently Roaring Kitty and Ryan Cohen have been trying to tell us about this 4-year cycle for, well, 4 years now. We saw another order on the Chicago exchange. But first, XRT is at 396.76% short. And please remember, none of this is financial advice and we are not financial advisors. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. A lot of the time, before we see a big price run on GameStop, we'll see some orders come through on the Chicago exchange. Today, we saw a $200,000 order come across there.
Boom. Roasted.
Like I said a second ago, institutional holding for GameStop has never been higher. It's over 45% right now, represented by this green line. Very exciting. And I believe they're buying in because of the 4-year cycle that Roaring Kitty and Ryan Cohen probably know about. Also, today, somebody put $65,000 on GameStop $58 calls expiring on December 20th, 2024. Don't forget, he didn't sell at $46 per share when he could have been a billionaire, but he expects it to go higher, I believe.
Boom. Roasted.
What does leap year, the Olympics, and the presidential election all have in common? Easy. These are the 4 most popular things that repeat every 4 years. Ryan Cohen, in his tweets, has used the frog emoji, had the Olympics symbol in the background, and said he was changing his vote for Greg in 2069. It might just be a coincidence, but maybe that's what DFV noticed as well. And when we take a gander over at the 35 emojis, what do we see? Frog, American flag, and these. And the flag really could be the inauguration. And the frog obviously standing for leap year. And this is the list of emojis in order. This guy looked and looked and looked, and this is the only place that he was able to find these emojis in that same order. People are all dressed up as Mario characters. They're all dressed like Mario characters, and Ryan Cohen had Mario in his Olympics post. Mario in the gamer world is commonly known to release a game every 4 years. So we really know that they're hinting at a 4-year cycle here. So I believe Ryan Cohen and Roaring Kitty have been hinting at Mario, the Olympics, the presidential election, and leap years, trying to tell us 4-year cycles. This is a post from 3 years ago, a time when DD flowed like memes. I'll put it in the description. His post basically explains how huge volume days in 2017 led directly to huge volume days in 2021. In 2017, the 8 highest volume days, all of which had volume over 30 million, averaged a return of negative 5%, and those magical days are January 13th, February 28th, March 24th, May 25th, May 26th, August 25th, November 21st, and November 22nd, most of them being right at the end of the month. And all of these days had volume over 30 million, while the average volume for that year was about 10 million shares per day. On March 10th, 2021, the hedgies got it, the price was running up to $87, it was $350 pre-split, and within 25 minutes the price was crushed to a low of $43 or $172 pre-split. A 50% red hammer came out of nowhere, people were stunned, and the hedgies got it back under control. They got what they needed to control the price, and they shut things down. And Ryan Cohen posted this the next day. Long story short, the swaps are coming due again. While we might have the perfect recall for a run in January 2025, this guy thinks that it might not be until March 10th of 2025, as it is 4 years from the date of the swaps started in 2021. And the bank got these swaps at like $4 and $6. There's no way they're going to be able to continue to roll these things while it's at $30 per share. But maybe they can. I think this theory explains why DFE could assume RC would do an at-the-money offering in the May and June run-ups, as that would be just true demand for the stock as DFE was back. Or maybe there are more swaps I'm not aware of, but I think it's safe to assume that the offerings were needed as they killed any chance the swaps might be rolled come 2025. Considering the 2017 price of GME was between $4 and $7 post-split, perhaps in 2021 they convinced a large institution to take on the swap in the hopes that the price would quickly fall back down below their original buy-in and go to zero eventually. But that argument would no longer make sense, especially since Ryan Cohen has billions tied up in treasuries. It's almost like Ryan Cohen is taunting them by not risking it and literally removing any hope that GME will go to $0 per share. It really is a no-brainer for any financial institution to avoid engaging in a swap, betting that GameStop goes to $0. This guy also believes that the transformation was never about M&A or a complete overhaul of the business. The transformation was much simpler. GME transformed from a risky bet to a non-risky investment. That's it. From a company at risk of bankruptcy to one that has a stable balance sheet that could justify a high enough valuation that no financial institution would allow a short seller to roll the swaps they got in 2017 at $4 or $6. Notice how Ryan Cohen's ex-Twitter photos and pronouns transitioned only after GME had all that cash? Before that, GME was fun, but was DFV married to it? No, it was risky and uncertain. In that clip, DFV says no, he absolutely doesn't love RC GME, but then we get this immediately after. This is the clip where DFV sees the transformation and says, investment thesis pronounced theses. Roaring Kitty loves GameStop and Ryan Cohen now because he's changed. Ryan Cohen and GameStop have secured an on-balance sheet to scare off the shorts for good. He liked it before, but now he loves it, is what he meant. Please consider liking this video, and this is my favorite stinking part. Roaring Kitty on livestream said, I personally don't think 3 years is too long in this case. 5 years, 10 years, all right.
Good starting point, and I personally don't think 3 years is too long in this case. 5 years, 10 years, all right. Like if we all wait 5 years, 10 years, and it's like, all right, we're gonna be going into the pet rock business. Come on.
Did you ever wonder why 3 years is not too long to wait, but 5 years is too much? Maybe 4 years is the right amount of time to wait. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, and I will have this post in the description. Looking at GameStop on the graph, our RSI has really cooled off, while the stock price has pretty much held steady around $29 per share, which is awesome to see. Our weekly, this is our third week above the 200-day moving average, holding strong. Insiders in a company are allowed to buy stock of their own company 2 days after the earnings call. So I bet you before the end of this week, we see some more people buying in, specifically like Nat Turner. Maybe. I really like how on the 1 hour for GameStop, we had a really strong uptrend, and then they pushed it below the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour. It was floating around down there for a couple of days. Roaring Kitty posted. Within the first hour, about 20 million volume happened after he posted. Came back above the 200-day moving average. They pushed it back below, but then it didn't want to go as low as it did before. And then today we broke through it, coming back down to retest it in the after hours. And then tomorrow we come up, maybe retest 29.60, or maybe on Friday. Maybe just consolidate above it for a little while. I really appreciate y'all. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you so much if you've made it this far in the video, and God bless.